Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I've now been in crypto for almost 5 years. And looking back over that time period, I can't necessarily recall a time where there were consistently so many positive articles having to do with potential XRP price action. And there was, I mean, if you look back to the end of 2017, fine, there are all sorts of crazy articles about like every crypto on the planet. That was an insane alt season. And Bitcoin hitting its then all-time high of almost $20,000 in December of 2017. Outside of that, I mean, you could say maybe it would have been the later part of October, early part of November. There's a lot of activity, 2020, so just about 2 years ago. Because at that point, mind you, for those that you weren't around, or even if you were, I'll just kind of refresh your memory here. XRP had been hovering around the low 20-cent range for a very, 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 very long period of time. And then all of a sudden, analysts, based on what they're seeing in the charts, like, this thing looks like it's actually finally going to do something. And tons of analysts that I followed at the time were like, yeah, it looks like it's going to go. And I was just reporting on that, not knowing if that meant for sure that it would, or well, nothing's for sure. But in terms of, is it probable that it's actually going to go? Well, actually it did. And then, yes, there were tons of articles about it. And XRP went from the low 20-something cent region up to a high of, I don't know, maybe been close to 80 cents before the SEC ended up suing Ripple. And then, as you know, it tanked to like 16 or 17 cents before ripping April all the way up to about $2. It's been a hell of a ride, has it not? But look at this headline from you today. XRP volcano going to blow soon, best-selling author Bryant McGill believes. Here's another headline. XRP may make everyone cry, this trader says. And I'll just pause because that could be taken either way, but he means a face-melting rip to the upside. Then there was this headline from you today. XRP will soon be adapted by entire world. And that's a typo. They mean adopted, but the person that they're referencing typed adapted when they clearly through context meant adopted. Here's another one from Crypto News Flash. Ripple to surge 50% due to new partnership and comments from former SEC director to XRP case. And this is just a small sampling. There's no shortage. Like, I could probably find another dozen easily of these types of positive headlines without any effort whatsoever. And I'm telling you, over nearly 5 years that I've been in this space, this is not normally what people are writing about XRP. So I'm just observing. It's interesting. And this is in conjunction with some recent moves. Don't forget that XRP had its local low in the recent months down to 28 cents. Even just a couple weeks or so ago, it was down to 32 cents, then it blasted up to 55 cents. It's just interesting. People are seeing stuff in the chart. So I want to share with you some of that perspective. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this, XRP is at 47 cents. Bitcoin's at $20,223. Market cap for the asset class, $987 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 39.26%. You got the crypto fear and greed index at 25 out of 100, so still in extreme fear. Now, I will note that over the weekend, there's actually a reasonable amount of fear. I mean, I can't remember exactly how low XRP got. I'd have to pull it up on a, here, I can do the 7-day chart. I mean, you can look here, I guess. So yeah, it did get down like 44 cents. Okay. And so with it hovering a 24-hour high, actually over 48 cents, that's a fine jump up. But I wanted to note something, and I will continually do this because it's important to understand. Because look, people, the typical people who aren't in the know, when they see crypto prices tank and they don't know why, and sometimes there legitimately isn't a reason, but they assume that there's something wrong fundamentally with crypto. Could it be going to zero? And they get very fearful. But the truth is that most of the movements that we see in crypto are just following stocks. And that is certainly true in terms of what happened today. So take a look at here. This is the S&P 500 index. And this goes back to opening for business, which would be 8:30 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. Or if you're where I live in the Midwest in the United States, I'm in Central Standard Time, so that would be 9:30 a.m. And you can see opened up 9:30 a.m. and it just popped up and then mostly trade sideways, ended up for the day. And if you look at the Bitcoin 24-hour chart, you can see right about here is 9:30 a.m. And it mimicked what happened in stocks. And then, so again, specifically, that was the S&P 500, but that's a pretty good barometer. So it popped, and then you look at XRP. It did about the same thing. It's all moving in tandem. It continues to do that. And there's also this, I had this lined up for a little bit later in the video. Let me just mention this because it's real quick anyway, since we're talking about it here. Here's a chart, a technical chart showing the S&P 500. This chart was shared by Jurian Timmer, who is, he's at Fidelity. He's a director of global macro at Fidelity. I think he's a real sharp dude. I've shared some of his stuff from time to time. And here he's talking about how markets are oversold. And so it's not surprising from his perspective that we did see a pop to the upside, correcting because markets were oversold. And then I will add to that, since that happened, it's not surprising to see that crypto continue to do what it's been doing for the entirety of its existence, which is move in tandem with stocks. That is not the least bit surprising. But here's what Jurie and Timmer had to say. Technically, the markets are very oversold, which the current bounce is now correcting. Here we see that as of last Friday, the percentage of stocks above their 50-day moving average was a paltry 3%. And so typically, and that was, by the way, tweeted out this afternoon. So when you see that level, I mean, you're talking 3%? You know, again, he says, here we see that as of last Friday, the percentage of stocks above their 50-day moving average was a paltry 3%. That's typically a strong indication that people got a bit emotional, maybe did a little bit of overselling, and there could be a correction to the upside. And again, you know, if we're at these levels, and then you're seeing a pop to the upside based on it being oversold, you got to wonder, is the bottom actually in? Because my supposition still is, and I'm not like 100% certain about this by any means, but what's probable? I'm always asking myself, what seems to be probable? And it seems probable that we've already seen the bottom, or even if we do dip a little bit lower than those recent lows of the last couple months, how much lower is it actually going to go? And maybe it does, in which case, fine. And I've said, too, since I don't know and I don't pretend to know, if we get the moment where, like, say Bitcoin does sell off 15,000, 14,000 or lower, you can imagine what that would do for altcoins, too. I will go on a freaking buying spree. I have money sitting aside in a checking account, much more than I'd normally want to keep there. I'm allowing inflation to eat it so that it's eating at it. I don't like that, but you know what? Opportunity cost, man. Because if we do see that moment, even though I'm not supposing it's probable, if we do, I want to be ready to pounce with boatloads of money. You know, maxing out daily limits for purchasing on exchanges. That's the type of level that I'm talking about here. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Leb Crypto. And he simply wrote, and this was yesterday afternoon, mind you, but he wrote simply 69.5 cents beckons XRP. You can see, and everybody's been talking about it, like, it seems very clear. And this is what you see, like, when a crypto is in consolidation mode, you see symmetrical triangles form here, and there have been no shortage of analysts that have been saying, hey, something's going to be happening here. Yesterday morning, Harry at Geraldo XRP here tweeted out the following. XRP fans, slight pullback rather than advance from 47 cents through yesterday. Not to worry, though, as this is still a continuation move. See how it looks over weekly charts. Expect 49 cents or better, in my opinion, going into this Sunday close. And what do you know? I mean, what have we seen today anyway? Well, what we've seen today is that XRP got up to over 48 cents, so timing's close enough. Here is a tweet from on-chain analyst Will Clemente, who was touching on a topic that I've been highlighting somewhat recently from time to time. I've noted that historically, September is the worst month to be in crypto, but it's also the worst, and again, this won't surprise you either, right? It's also the worst month for stocks. September is. I don't pretend to know all the reasons why, but if you just look in general, it's never a guarantee, but just on average, September is the worst month to invest in crypto and stocks. And I've shared charts recently on that, and he's kind of touching on that topic because historically, October is good to the point where in crypto, it's called Uptober instead of October, the jokes. And then November is even better historically. So check out what Will Clemente said. Historically, Q4 has been Bitcoin's best performance by far, with an average quarterly return of 103.9%. October and November have been its best performing individual months, with average returns of 24% and 58%. Does seasonality matter? Let's see. Which is a fair enough tweet. There's no guarantee, but if you just look historically, we've got a fun month right here in October and an even more fun month in November, coming right on up. And then there's this from you today, XRP VOLCANO going to blow soon. Best-selling author Bryant McGill believes. Bryant McGill has responded to his earlier bullish tweet about Ripple and XRP, saying that he stands by that opinion. McGill, according to his LinkedIn page, is a human potential thought leader. Excuse me, folks. That came out of nowhere. A best-selling author and social entrepreneur. In a recent tweet, He responded to his own Twitter post from September 4th, showing that he stands by what he wrote back then. Back in September, he tweeted that he expects XRP and Ripple VOLCANO to start blowing up at some point soon. He also stated that he had been saying this for the past year. And the tweets are on your screen there. I don't need to read the whole thing, but he even did tag attorney John Deaton within that. And then there was this: XRP may make everyone cry, this trader says. And they're talking about Crypto Rand, who has, I think, something like 300,000 followers, tweeted out the following. Well, I mean, this is the article, but he tweeted out that statement anyway. Article reads as follows: the XRP cryptocurrency might be in the process of loading a moonshot, according to pseudonymous trader and investor Crypto Rand. The token's potential rally would make everyone cry, according to the popular chartist. A price chart shared by Crypto Rand shows that the XRP token appears to have formed a symmetrical triangle. Such patterns typically form during periods of consolidation. The direction of the ongoing trend is to the upside, which is good news for the bulls. And so again, this is why I started out the video the way that I did. I'm just noting, like, it's not common to see this level of positive expectations from crypto media and chart analysts within the world of crypto. This is not common. This is not, you see it from time to time, not frequently, not often. But here we have it right now. And we've already seen XRP go up from 32 cents recently, like I said, up to a high of 55 cents. So if it's going to burst dramatically to the upside, then again, and this is the time of the year for it to happen, historically anyway, we might have some really fun days in store for us. And then there was this: XRP will soon be adapted by entire world. And again, the guy meant adopted. You can tell through context, but that's what it says. Anyway, in a recent tweet, Eric Finrod, known as E. Smitty in professional music circles, has praised Ripple-affiliated token XRP, saying that he expects it to be adopted by the entire world soon. In a recent tweet, U.S. record producer, audio engineer, and songwriter E. Smitty has shared that XRP is kind of important for him since he believes in the present and the future of this cryptocurrency. He uses XRP every day to pay royalties to the artists he works with, and he accepts payments in XRP for mixing, mastering, producing, and marketing in this crypto. Among the advantages of XRP he named was the fact that transactions take just 3 seconds and tiny fees. Therefore, he believes that XRP is going to be adapted, and again, he meant adopted, by the whole world in the near future. And here's the actual tweet from him: I use XRP every day as a currency. I pay my artists royalties in XRP, and I accept payments for my mixing, mastering, producing, and marketing in XRP. 3-second transactions, very little fees, and soon to be adapted by the entire world. XRP is the standard. Now, of course, I thought that XRP had no utility. That's what the SEC would have you believe, but I think we're just seeing more and more as time passes that there are individuals and even businesses, small, medium, and large-sized businesses, that are using XRP for their own purposes because it does have an actual open market price and settles with finality in real time. For like transactions are so cheap it might as well be free, fractions of a penny. It's incredible. And so here we are. We are early to the party. I'm just going to keep holding. I think that we're going to see a positive resolution regarding XRP's legal status via the SEC, whether that's settlement or adjudication to the positive. That's my suspicion. We'll see what happens. And I think it's at some point in the future going to hit a new all-time high in enterprise discovery. And I don't know that for sure. I'm a realist, so I always acknowledge I could be wrong regarding my supposition, and maybe it goes to zero and I lose everything. That's possible. Investing is risky. But I don't think so. I do not believe that's going to happen. I happily hold my XRP and sleep easy at night. So that's where we're at right now. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.